Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 17, text number 22. Pritu Uvacha Vasude Tvam Vadishyami Machasana Pararimukhim Bhagam Barhisi Ya Vrinte Natanoti Cha No Vasu. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. King Prithu replied to the earthly planet, "My dear earth, you have disobeyed my orders and rulings. In the form of a demigod, you accepted your share of the yajnas we performed. But in return, you have not produced sufficient food grains. For this reason, I must kill you." Purport. The cow-shaped earthly planet submitted that she not only was a woman, but was innocent and sinless as well. Thus she argued that she should not be killed. Besides, she pointed out that being perfectly religious-minded, the king could not violate the religious principles that forbade killing a woman. In reply, Maharaj Prithu informed her that first of all she had disobeyed his orders. This was her first sinful activity. Secondly, he accused her of taking her share of the yajnas, but not producing sufficient grains in return. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So, we all know that Mother Earth is one of the demigods, devatas, which means a devotee of the Lord. But here King Prithu was chasing her, not like chasing a demon, chasing her for not doing her job of providing the grains required for the population. In spite of, under the leadership of Maharaj Prithu, sacrifices have restarted in the kingdom after Vena's demoniac kind of rule, where King Prithu was, after he was born, by the intervention of the sages as a successor, yajnas had begun, and yet the people were starving. So we'll see the thing as it progresses, finally what happens. So here King Prithu is saying, because Mother Earth said, "I have not done any sinful activity, why you are chasing me?" Very interesting question. I have not done any sinful activity. Mother Earth won't do sinful activity. Why you are chasing me? Why trying to kill me? So here, very important, it is very important for devotees to understand this. "My dear earth, you have disobeyed my orders and rulings. He is the emperor, he is the lord of the earth, a representative of the Supreme Lord, and when you disobey a pure representative of the Supreme Lord, then that is punishable. And who has to give the punishment? He is in charge as a Kshatriya king, and it is his duty to see that the orders of the Supreme Lord are followed. So, it is not just that no intoxication, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, sinful activities. That may be a kind of a following those four principles. Maybe a first level of obedience to the wish and will of the Lord for the jivas in this world. The first level of adherence. But that is not enough. We can see here Prithu Maharaj saying, and Prabhupada is saying in this purport also, this was her first sinful activity. So disobeying the orders of the authority brings all kinds of calamities. Whether it is in a kingdom as big as the earth, or whether it is a community where there is a community leader. A temple of ISKCON is a community. So whether at a bigger scale or a smaller scale, these things affect the fortune or misfortune of that company, of that community. One should clearly understand that the prosperity, sustained prosperity, for short moments there may be prosperity, but sustained prosperity of a community arises from performance of yajna, in obedience to the order of the Lord, further obedience of the citizens, adhering to their varna and ashrama duties, then of course avoiding grossly four sinful activities. So for the prosperity, we should understand there are two things. We have a body and our soul. We have body dharma and soul dharma. We are conditioned souls. So as conditioned souls, when we live in this material world, the aspects of this body, material organization, material community, material artha, material satisfaction for the body, food, shelter, security, all these things are dependent upon stringent laws of material nature. So, and if these things are adhered to, then the blessings of the Lord, materially and spiritually, is guaranteed. That's the way the world existence has been set up. We cannot say something that, okay, now I am following the path of bhakti, and that is the path of love, and love is spontaneous. I don't care for any of these things. No. That is imitation. One should understand that we are all in the stage of sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is not spontaneous bhakti from the soul. but cannot be artificially created. Spontaneous bhakti is a result of genuine awakening, in reality awakening of the original chitta, consciousness of the living entity. If the original chit or the consciousness of the living entity is awakened, even to some degree, then one will automatically be a good surrendered servant of the Supreme Lord, adhering to strict obedience to the Lord's order as given in Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So we have to understand, even as a preaching mission, there are two aspects. One is our spiritual development. Another is dovetailing our material nature into growth for the spirit soul, in accordance with the orders of the spiritual master. And if we do that, and that Prabhupada has, we don't have to invent anything. Prabhupada has given us an organization which has got all material aspects. Need money, need organization, need management, need leadership, need to pay salaries to so many people. So resources are required. Some householder, if he has to run his house, he needs all these things. And his needs are supplied how? According to his past karma, his family's karma, the current obedience to the varna and ashrama, or lack of obedience brings fortune or misfortune into his household. Everything has a basis in this material world. Now you take in the same. There are households in the material world, and right there, now here 6 acres of land we have got in this place, there is a community. It's a household of the Lord. The deities, it's a temple. Deity is the center. So Prabhupada has given us a lifestyle where each one of us are doing two things, or contributing by performing yajna for the sake of material peace, growth, etc., as an organization. That is one aspect. Another aspect is we ourselves individually are benefiting by all the things that is going on here to elevate our soul to Krishna consciousness. So, we are also, each one of us are offering yajna. And also simultaneously, whereas normal people, they offer yajna, and the result, material result of that yajna, they utilize it to become better karmis and richer and wealthier, etc. We are offering yajna. The result of that, this is the sadhana bhakti, the result of that is for my soul. But we should understand the principles are same. The principle of offering yajna, benefiting from the blessings of the higher-ups, demigods, or in our case it is Krishna directly, Nama Prabhu directly, giving us the blessings on performing Sankirtana. Mystically, good fortune comes into the community by the blessings of the Lord. So if you see Srila Prabhupada, the way he set up this Krishna consciousness movement as units of temples is very significant. It's a sample of a proper way in which humanity should live in this material world by performing yajna to please the Supreme Lord. And it so happens that this is the Sankirtan yajna that we are performing. It is not for material benefit, it is to please the Supreme Lord. While we are making strides in pleasing the Supreme Lord and going closer and closer to Krishna and Krishna Bhakti, background, my sharirik dharma, my bodily requirements, worldly requirements of the organization, all these things automatically flow. That is our method of existence. That is our method of expanding this Krishna consciousness movement. So the sadhana bhakti, it is described in the scriptures that the punya value of holy name is incomparable to any other satkarma that you do. By satkarma only, that is, yajna is a satkarma. All yajnas are satkarma. By satkarma, you invoke the blessings of the Lord, material blessings also. Wealth, health, peace, material happiness. Influence. All these things are result of punya. And imagine we are doing the automatically, though we are not intending that. We are intending to please the Supreme Personality of God at every moment. That means we are doing devotional service. But in the process of doing devotional service is automatically the highest punya earner from material calculation. Therefore, where there is following the order of Srila Prabhupada, a pure devotee, he is our emperor, just like Prithu Maharaj. He is our emperor. He is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He is the boss. His orders should be followed if we have to prosper, even as a preaching mission. We have to follow his orders. Devotees consider following 4 regulative principles is not the only sinful activity. In the pure philosophy, if you see, the desire to independently enjoy from Krishna is the first sinful activity. That is a sinful activity. For devotees, that is considered to be, for the materially you can say this is severe, this sinful act of intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex, very severe. But once you become Vaishnava, then you become very serious. You think that if I deviate from the orders of Guru and Krishna, that is a much bigger sinful activity in terms of my goal in life. So we have to be individually, collectively, as disciples of Srila Prabhupada, should take extreme care. If you want to go sit as a Babaji somewhere and chant Hare Krishna, it's all right. That is different. You know organization, you have no interaction in the material world. Somehow, because you're chanting Hare Krishna, food and all those things, whether you have bhakti or not, just even imitation chanting also, your food and all will come. So many karmis are being fed. But if you want to build an organization, you want to build a community, you want to build Krishna consciousness movement, pockets of Krishna consciousness movement, in those pockets, the administrator, the temple leaders have to have this in awareness in mind, that I have to ensure that every person in the temple is contributing towards this yajna of devotional service, as ordered by Srila Prabhupada. And the first step of that order of Srila Prabhupada is what one should do from the time one wakes up. Mangalarti, program, morning program, Guru Puja, everything, morning Sankirtana. It is the temple leader's secret of success, is secret of managing the sadhana of the devotees. Because if they manage the sadhana of the devotees, they are managing that there is, Krishna is pleased with the program that Prabhupada has given for a temple devotee. There are no big challenges. Just ensure that everybody executes their Krishna conscious duties as prescribed by Srila Prabhupada. If somebody is weak, inspire them to follow. Sama, Bheda, Danda, Kshatriyas have to take Danda also sometimes. Otherwise it will not work, because conditioned souls, Maya, crazy minds will be there sometimes. They don't want to contribute, they don't want to chant their rounds, they don't want to come for program, but they want to all the benefits of the yajna. What is the benefit of the yajna? It's super benefit. If you are in a temple, the benefits are super. You have no anxieties of existence. We are not the one who create that situation for free from anxieties. In this material world, to remain a pocket of self-sufficient financially, this way, that way, all these things, all the resources, it is not easy. It is happening, a very simple process. Because Prabhupada has given a process, that process has been designed to please the Supreme Lord. Then the Lord is Supreme Lord is pleased, then nothing can stop prosperity of that community. This is the secret of developing the organization by the temple leaders. It's all there. Prabhupada has given. Like Maharaj Prithu, we have to take lead. Like he is upset that somebody is not following. He is not a demon. So similarly, we are conditioned souls. Each one of us have our duties. Temple leaders have their duties. Temple president has duties. Temple commander has duties. Everybody has duties. Each of our departments, we have our duties. And we should first do our transcendental duty, direct transcendental duty of morning sadhana. And temple leaders should fear devotees who have weak sadhana, because they become the conduit for Maya to come into the community. People who do not chant 16 rounds. So the temple leader has to balance compassion as well as broader view, individual compassion for the weak devotees with a broader view of the welfare of the community, welfare of Srila Prabhupada's mission. So we are preaching movement in this material world, not in the spiritual world, here. Here there are stringent laws of material nature. Each one of us are insulated from the maya of envy, comparison, maya, all these things, only by daily associating, chanting Hare Krishna as per the directions of Srila Prabhupada, offering the yajna of japa, offering the yajna of sankirtana, participating in all the programs. Sometimes we wonder. It is not, for instance, if you take, today India is prospering financially, etc. You take this temple, was built in the 1990s. Such a big temple for those days. In those days, such a big temple, huge resources is required. How did it happen? There's a template given by Prabhupada. What should be our lifestyle? Simply go on executing that. We are not the final doers and directors. The Supreme Lord manifests. Gradually, it happened. Nobody thinks he is the doer. Yes, don't think you are the material doer. That is very important. One should think that I am spiritual doer. What is the spiritual doer? I have to be responsible for my spiritual duties of myself, and if I am a leader, of guiding others, inspiring others, instilling faith in the leadership, by the leadership setting example. Now I am personally 45 years in this movement, except for last few years of managing on priority some health things. Otherwise I can stand, but I can make a statement that almost 100% sadhana for 35 years, 40 years. I'm not saying to boast, I'm saying that, see the result, automatically everything happens. This is extremely important. Of course, our health we have to take care, sometimes health gives we cannot be fanatics. Like Prabhupada says, health is first. Otherwise, how you can do anything? Devotion service also. But simply one should very scientifically deal with one's health problems and not become sentimental about it and destroy one's spiritual life by giving way to the control, giving your control to your mind. Oh, I am sick, I am that, I am this, and then we have to be extremely careful. Sickness is another way in which Maya takes a devotee out of Krishna consciousness. Sickness is a test for the devotee. How he will handle his sickness, his bodily sickness, without becoming mental about it, but handling it and ensuring that the goal of good health is good sadhana. I should get back my health, I should maintain my health so that I can do the yajna. Sadhana is the yajna. For your personal development, for the development of Guru's mission. This is extremely important. So, we as a disciples of Srila Prabhupada, we don't have to carry some elephant on our head to expand the mission. The formula of success is given by Srila Prabhupada. So the leader's responsibility should be to themselves maximize the yajna. That means continuous engagement in devotional service, no mental speculation. Oh, I am following 4 regulative principles, that is enough. No. Once you become little sattvic, 4 regulative principles are automatic. Because of the lower modes, only one once breaks 4 regulative principles. So many sattvic people in the outside world, they follow 4 regulative principles so nicely. Is it not? Good cultured families, 4 regulative principles they are following. Maybe we are following better than us, more strict than us. Smartas are there. They follow very strict. So we know that is regulative principle. Following 4 regulative principles is the zeroth step of bhakti. Never feel proud. If you maintain your sattvic consciousness, 4 relative principles is automatic. No struggle is required. That means our lifestyle should be such. Take only prasadam, this thing, that thing, all these things. Don't, be awake during Brahma Muhurta. That lifestyle, if you follow and then every day bathe your mind with 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, even if it is of not soulful japa or mindful japa, even if it is offense japa also, just ritualistic japa, mechanical japa also, you can easily follow 4 regulative principles. So each of us should take up as a challenge that I shall become a better and better disciple of Srila Prabhupada in not disobeying any of his orders. Any of his orders. There are orders which are 2 types of orders are there. One is an order for your individual growth, for individual concern. No intoxication, no meeting, chanting Rashna, all these things. You do all these things. Chant 16 rounds. Then there are orders which are for his mission. One is chanting 16 rounds in your room, another is chanting 16 rounds in the temple hall. Aa gaya, institution aa gaya. You just see? Please, all of you, chant together. 16 rounds. So there are 2, every order of Srila Prabhupada, you can see 2 things. One is contributing, one is a direct order for your spiritual growth. Another is for the mission. When we are taking all the benefits from this earth, it will come how? Any genuine person, he contributes back to preaching. When what is my contribution? I am getting something. My contribution is to do this yajna. Institutionally. For me, yes, I can sit in my room, chant, I can I can have my own deities. Each of us in Brahmacharya ashram can have our own deities, do some worship, this thing. Okay, individually you are following. Will Prabhupada agree to that? No. You'll say, no, don't have separate deities. You see instructions. And devotees, grahastha, they have to have separate deities in there. Full-time devotees, to have Prabhupada, say, no need. Please focus on the yajna in the temple. So, there are instructions for your individual spiritual growth given by the spiritual master. There are instructions given by the spiritual master for the growth of the mission or for the growth of, for rules for contributing back, paying back for what you are getting, paying back to the mission. We have to be responsible. We have to be responsible. So there are instructions for that. And if those instructions, how much we follow, that much the community will be peace. How well it is administered. Somebody has to administer, is very important. Everybody does not have automatically follow. No, it doesn't happen. That is why a king is required. That's why Kshatriya is required. That's why Brahmana is required. That's why Raja Rishi is required. Raja Rishi means a Kshatriya who is a Rishi. So our temple leaders should be Raja Rishis. Raja Rishis means they should be well versed in the teachings of Srila Prabhupada at that time, and also they should be Rajas. It's a duty. That means they should see that all the components of the community are well oiled. Anything like this, Mother Earth, something abnormal happen, he has to use power. He has to use his power. That's why powers are given. To ensure that one has to understand the proper role that a temple leader, a temple authority has to follow. He cannot be sentimental. Sab chalega, sab chalega. Every Atma is a Vaishnava only. Oh, Vaishnava hai, kaisa bol sakta hai, kya bol sakta hai. Oh, jaake you have to go to him and say, first pay obeisances, I know you are a Vaishnava, but you have a body. You have a false ego. For all that I am not paying obeisances. I'll pay obeisances to you. Now you want to remain in the temple. My dear Vaishnava, keep aside these false egos. You cannot come and harm the community by your whimsical false ego. That we will not allow that to happen. It's my duty. I will not allow this to happen. Just like some devotees bullying somebody else. No, I will not. According to the power with which he bullies, that much power the president also should use. Stop it. So we are not here just to, at the soul levels we are all goodies. Don't worry. We are all Vaishnavas. But in terms of worldly execution of the mission of the Lord, we all have a duty. If you don't understand that, then you are not part of the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Because the mission is working in this material world. Please understand. This mission is working in the material world. So there are constraints. There are laws. Not the laws of this world. There are laws of karma. There are laws of internal energy, external energy, law of offenses. Everything has a reaction. So all these things, by reading Prabhupada's books, one gets the overall picture of these things, and the temples have to be administered. And if it is administered with this priority, top priority is sadhana. If the devotee, the leaders manage the sadhana of the devotees, then their karmic forces will be suppressed day by day. Suppressed means will be burnt day by day. That's the best management. Best management of devotee is devotee sadhana management. For that, we have to inspire, give association. Weakness is there. Bad habits are there. Bad emotional habits, all the physical, emotional habits. Temple leader has to identify that, help the devotees, provided the devotee has a desire. This is very important. If the devotee has a desire, you cannot, You can take a horse to the water but cannot make it drink. So we should be able to identify this person lost his desire. Then try to inspire his desire. If it is not, so many times the devotional desire goes due to, just vanishes due to offenses. When they make offenses, the devotional desire itself vanishes. When desire is not there, then sadhana, nothing, no inspiration to do anything. So, we have such a powerful system given by Srila Prabhupada that we simply can go on expanding. Never have to worry about the resources as long as the yajna is performed. It will manifest. Movement will grow. Unfortunately, one of the biggest, most important orders for the mission of Srila Prabhupada on initiation has been disobeyed. And therefore there is no prosperity. Maintenance going on, no problem. To prosper as a mission, there you become asara. When you say asara, not that you are fully disconnected from the parampara. You are chanting, you are following 16 rounds, all that you are following, for that you will get benefit. But there is an order which is meant for expanding his mission, that you disobeyed. So therefore the power for expanding the mission, now Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada left with us in 1977. Is this the only thing that should have happened? In 11 years, what he did? That's why sometimes people say, no, they're also expanding. What is your idea of expansion? Lord Chaitanya's movement, so powerful, it has to be expanding 100 times more, 1,000 times more. So where there is disobedience, then the parampara shakti for executing the mission of the Lord. One is your mission to spiritually advance and go back to Godhead. Lord has a desire in this world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a desire in this world. So if we have to become good instruments in his hands, those orders of Prabhupada has to be followed. So we should also understand, we ourselves also, our devotees, our group also should understand that I am short of being a good follower of Srila Prabhupada. That is why it is not expanding as it should be exploding, the Krishna consciousness movement, because everything is there in this. The most powerful, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This vastra has been given to us by Srila Prabhupada. We are chanting Prabhupada's Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Not picking up from book and all these things. We are chanting Prabhupada's Krishna. Prabhupada has given his Krishna. His Krishna he has given us in the form of his Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One always understands that his mantra, his everything, our deity is given by my Guru to me. And that Guru's mantra is so powerful, Prabhupada's chanting, he has given us. If you follow 16 rounds, it's very powerful. And every other, see, everything is not black and white. Either you are following or not following. What degree you are following, that degree Prabhupada and Krishna will bless. She is given freedom to so many living entities to be a karmi, to be this, to be that. So why he cannot give somebody to disobey and also, want to be a guru? He'll allow. And he'll make people chant 16 rounds. Whatever advancement they will make. But they will miss the connection, direct connection with Srila Prabhupada, who came down for that. For next 10,000 years, to be available for direct association as my dear spiritual master to every living entity. That is Vishwaguru. That opportunity is lost. It's a very serious crime actually. One generation is all right. Now people are remembering Prabhupada because it's only about, 50, 60 years. Imagine 100 years from now. How do you feel about Gaur Kishore Das Babaji? We don't have any feelings, except past Acharya. Correct? So, do we want, if this system that they have established continues, like this will go on, exactly this, the generations after 100 years will feel highly distant from Prabhupada, even if they read. You're reading Bhagavad Gita, right? You don't feel close. 5,000 years back, you feel distant. You have to become advanced to become closed. Very advanced to become close. Like that you can become close to any previous acharyas. You have to become very advanced for that. That's why the parampara system is there, that there is a current link. This Prabhupada's founder acharya, his Krishna consciousness movement, simply saying that we all accept Srila Prabhupada as a founder acharya, doesn't come. That relationship doesn't come unless you understand that he is my savior, my spiritual master. Otherwise, somewhere in the background there is a guilt, that there is a maryada vyatikrama. I have accepted somebody as guru and I am jumping him and I am going. I should not be greater than my guru. I should be just stuck to his consciousness. Like that, generation after generation it goes. So, what are we depriving the world? We are depriving the world of direct relationship of Srila Prabhupada. As they may say, as Siksha Guru, everybody can direct. A Siksha Guru is hundreds of Siksha Gurus you can have. Among them, he is one. Diksha Guru means the way Prabhupada taught us. Forget about history, that thing, ours is a Shiksha Parampara, all these things. All justification will come. But the way Prabhupada taught, what's a Diksha Guru? What was practiced for 11 years? He is as good as God. He is a pure representative. He cannot fall down. He is embraced by Narada Rishi. He is embraced by Krishna. He is simultaneously in the spiritual world and the material world. He is a pure devotee. That is what Prabhupada taught us. And that is what is required of every Vaishnava. You have to have a personal relationship with such a person who is a confidential associate of Krishna if you really have to make advancement to go back to Godhead. All kinds of intermediate advancement one can make. It's not like black and white. Even without Guru, you find out this Hare Krishna mantra, you chant, you will make some progress. But what is that progress? In which how much of it is spiritual, how much of it is pure, how much of it is taking one step, permanent step towards back to Godhead, all this is questionable. And it cannot be measured, all these things. We only can say we strictly want to follow Prabhupada's. See, it is sinful. This is what is important to understand. Devotee should understand that if I disobey my spiritual master, it is sinful activity. I have gone beyond this 4 regulatory principles sinful activity. I am in a higher level of sinful activity. I want to become sinless. That means every step of mine should be Prabhupada's mercy. I want to develop my life, spiritual life in that manner. If institutionally a wrong system is promoted, it is a super sinful activity. It is a drag, it is a struggle. It will be a struggle. Because why? This system of disobedience of orders, you can analyze how it has got consequences. Gurus are rich, but Vrindavan temple is building that samadhi. They don't have money, they have to beg from them. They are all having their money. There is no shortage of money as a whole of a movement. This is my Guru's samadhi. What? In 3 years, 4 years it should be finished. Everybody come together. This coming together is not there because divided interest has happened. This Guru is his zone, his disciples, his Guru Dakshina, his this thing, like this it has become. No problem, Prabhupada decentralized, but when it comes to one common thing like Guru's own samadhi to be completed, you cannot join together. Or if you have one temple of that Prabhupada desired, Adbhuta Mandir, how many years it will take? Forget about how many years. How many are there? How many are ready to contribute on first priority to that among the gurus? They all have money. So this is a way we can see that how this disobedience has a consequence which even managerially one can understand. Because some order is given by Prabhupada, there is some reason for that. You cannot say tradition, it is not there, so I will not follow. Unusual. Krishna consciousness movement is unusual. Unheard of. In the history of, in the Vedic history, it is unheard of. So many mlechas, so many, all are mlechas and all are shudras in this Kali Yuga. And he has given a movement for that, spiritual movement. So it is history. Unprecedented. Therefore, the Ritvik system of initiation to keep everybody centered around Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotee, is also an unprecedented setup. You cannot throw it away and go to tradition. When it is written in black and white and given to the institution, then it is a constitution. We have to run the institution as per the constitution of the founder of this movement. No interpretations. It is not there in tradition, this is that, this, all this, not true. We cannot. Any questions? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय, विश्व गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जाय।